For tutorial number 10, we're going to go ahead and look at the HUD timer. Now, we have already created a time system, if you remember. Let's go ahead and just, if you go ahead and open up tutorial 10, go into the hierarchy and go down to the HUD, and then there's one called controller HUD timer. If you click on it, over in the inspector, you'll notice the time control script. Go ahead and double click on it. And when it opens up, what you should have, this is just going to be your basic timer that we've already worked on. Now remember, when we worked on it, we had a lot of stuff inside of it. Part of the assignment was to actually make it into separate function calls. So with yours, you may want to call it up a little bit differently. I've actually just kept it how it was from before, with no functions actually being called, just to kind of show you a different kind of thought on it. Is that, for instance, if I just had that original code I had, which was quite a bit, one of the things I have to make sure I would be careful of is the fact that we had a lot of additional keys being used. So when you make a script similar to like this one, if you haven't converted it to into function calls, you may have code still in there from other key presses. Be sure that you take those out or comment them out. If I was to actually comment and take out everything that I didn't need, all I needed was just simply a script that counted down for the timer. If I just needed that, if I was to actually delete everything inside of here that wasn't needed for it, the shortened version of this would get down to just this part. So if you notice the function for the animation sprite being called up here, and then are a couple of variables that we've already defined. At this point, I haven't actually changed any code. I've just simply deleted all the things that weren't needed for anything except just for the countdown. So in the update's only requesting those 3 sprites right here. And then it's just checking. I didn't even change this part of it. Just simply left the check for the playtime enabled and countdown enabled, and then had the line for the playtime to equal all those. And then that last part, went ahead and kept this one just for now. We'll set up a system once we get further down the road of setting all of these up for a specific event when the playtime actually gets to 0. All right. So if you have those, if you have this right here, for instance, I'll go just copy this and we'll paste it on top of our current time controller. All right. So if I save this out over on this side. Once it updates, the only thing that I should need is just simply the timer. So it's going to be all 3 of those. It'll be my countdown, which currently I've got set to 150. Both of these are set to true inside. Actually, that was one thing I did change. The playtime and countdown are both set to true over here. That way, if you're dragging it on for the first time, it'll be turned on in the inspector over here. So this is going to be counting down from 150. So when I come over here to play, by default, it'll just automatically, since both of these are checked, start in at 150 and then start counting down from there. Alright, and if they were to get down all the way to 0, based on the this check on this one, on the update, it'll get down to 0 and it'll just turn both of those off. Alright, so that's going to be the system for our countdown. So nice and simple. It's already using what we've already created, so we didn't have to do any code on it. For this, in terms of the example I'm showing here, it was just cutting down everything that we currently had. For yours, though, this is just kind of a good check for you to make sure you still understand your timer system. If you're going to be able to use it, just simply call up that one function and assign it to those sprites being pulled in through here, and that'll allow you to have that one function call inside your update, creating the countdown option for you. Okay, so that's going to be our countdown, and the next one we'll look at is going to be the coins and the extra life.